Hello everybody, my name is Jared Busby and this is my first YouTube video on the J-Rod channel, J-RodTV. And so I wanted to do a quick video on a cam that I put in my 1985 C10 pickup and had the engine built and everything. And I know a lot of times people want to hear what a cam sounds like before they put it in their engine. So the engine on this particular truck is a 350 4-bolt main, flat top pistons, etc. And so just a mild build, but I put in a Melling cam, and I'll give you the cam specs, and then I'm going to go crank it up so that you can hear it. And then if you want to stick around, then I will do a walk around the truck and I'll talk about the power numbers and all of that kind of stuff and what I've done to the truck as a whole. So the cam is a Melling. It's a MC-22136. So again, MC-22136 is the part number. It is the advertised duration is 284 on the intake and 310 on the exhaust. The duration at 50 is 115 intake and 230 exhaust. The overall lift is 470 for intake and 480 on the exhaust. It's 110 degree separation, so that kind of gives you an idea. So let's fire it up, let you listen to it. I'm gonna put it down in gear so you can hear it lope when you put it under a load, and you can just kind of get an idea. It's dual exhaust on this particular truck. It's just got some turbo mufflers, nothing fancy. So we'll crank it up so you can hear. So that's my C10. As you can see, it's nothing grand, but we'll talk about it. Let me fire it up for us. Been off for a few minutes, so we're gonna let the choke come down just a bit. There we go, she's coming down now. So I'll just let you hear it now. It's not in gear, it's just riding. So now I'm going to put it in gear so you can hear the sound, you know, with it loaded. RPMs are about somewhere in the neighborhood about 350 when you drop it down like that. Give it a little rev. So that's what she sounds like. So if you're looking for a camshaft, the Melling 22137 is the one that's in my truck now. And let me set up my phone here, and then we're going to talk about some of the specs a little bit. So if you tuned in just to hear the cam, there it is. But I'm going to now talk about the truck a little bit more, the engine, the power numbers, all of those types of things, just in case you want to build something similar or if it's what you're looking for. So I had some trouble when I got this truck originally. I built a 350, built this 350 for it, and I put a flat tappet cam in it, put it all together. That flat tappet cam went flat within the first 50 miles. It just I think the lifter was bad, something like that. But anyway, we did the proper break-in, the whole deal. It just went bad, and that happens with flat tappet cams. So sometimes. So when I went back together, I took it to an engine shop I used to work for years ago. I decided, I said, well, I'm going to let them, you know, check everything and make sure there's no issues. And so we decided to go roller at that point. And so we put that roller cam, that Melling 22136 in it. The engine itself is a 350 4-bolt main, flat top. The compression ratio with my heads and intake, the head gasket that I used is about 9 1/4 to 1. And so that, you know, it's good enough for pump gas. It increases compression a little bit. It's got Brodex IK 180s on it, so 180 cc intake runners. So aluminum heads. It's got the roller cam. It's got a 600 carburetor, vacuum secondary Holly. It's got the RPM Edelbrock intake on it. It's not an air gap. It's just the RPM, the old style. And so after it got built, I used to work at that shop that built the engine for me back when I was in high school years and years ago. So I have a relationship with those guys. We put it on their dyno to run it, to just kind of see, just out of curiosity, what it made. And so we swept it a few times, tuned the carburetor, that kind of stuff after the break-in. So the numbers that we got that it produces is 359 horsepower, and then 375 foot-pounds of torque. Now you could have, with a little bit more aggressive cam, you probably could have got closer to that 375 to 400 range. If you put a air gap intake on it, maybe a spacer, you know, a dual line Holly or something like that, you could probably squeak another 10 to 15 horsepower out of it, no problem. Part of the reason it's where it is because this truck still has booster brakes and stuff like that. You know, in the transmission, the vacuum modulator, it needs a little bit of vacuum to make everything work. And so went a little more conservative on the cam, though it's still got a pretty good lope, as you guys heard. And so I'm going to do a walk around, talk about the truck a little bit beyond the engine. You've heard it. I'll show you the engine and everything too. Also, I will talk about the lowering kit and other things that I've done to the truck. So let's walk around and take a look. So, in the power barn, as they say, here's my engine. You can see the aluminum heads there. Got some, you know, Mr. Gasket valve covers that are polished that I put together and all. It's nothing over the top, just pretty simple. But it's got headers, etc. Got all the gauges working, all those things. Truck was pretty much a basket case when I got it. Paid about $1,500 for it, but there's no rust. It's not pretty in any way, form, or fashion, but it doesn't have the rust. What I did on the lowering, I went to Summit and looked for you know, like a 2-inch, 4-inch front rear type drop, and bought a kit. Let me look at the kit that I bought to tell you. It's the McGaughy's lowering kit. The part number for it is 33149, and it's there at Summit. And I actually have pictures. I did a review after I put it on, so I have this truck before and after pictures from the lowering, and putting the springs and all on the front there, lowered it about 3 inches instead of the 2, and then on the back it was supposed to go 4 inches. It really only lowered it about 3. It's got shackles and stuff that are part of that kit. Put Beltec shocks on it, etc. So it's pretty good, you know, as far as the stance. I like it. I like what it does as far as it's not too much, and it seems to be just enough to still be able to use the truck and not slammed all the way to the ground. I plan on the plan is to kind of keep this ratty outside, if you will, redo the inside, Inside's still pretty rough, as you guys can see, and I'll open it up and show you a little more. But that's my next step. I had to do the engine, had problems with it, so it cost me more than I really wanted to spend. Then the transmission went out on it, so I just found a different transmission out of a different truck, resealed everything, and just got it in literally in the last few days. Interior, I just got a blanket thrown over the seat. Typical worn out bench seat, you know, just normal stuff. But got all my gauges working. I have the dash and everything, but I'm going to change the color. I'm going to go in here with orange paint, and then I'm going to do buckskin browns and tans for everything else on the interior, and new windshield, stuff like that. So anyway, that's the truck. There's nothing over the top, but it's fun. And I do have to shout out to Derek Berry at Vice Grip Garage. I've been watching his videos for a long time, and it's really good. You know, it's encouraging, and I watch some of the other, you know, Motor Trend shows, and like Mike Finnegan and Dave Freiberger, and you know, they say don't get it right, get it running, and so I've been doing that for about 4 or 5 years now, just piddling on this truck. And it's fun, you know, and it's something I can enjoy, something I can afford too, because I'm not a rich man. I'm just a normal everyday guy, and you know, a little bit along, fixing it up, making it run good mechanically. You know, new brakes all the way around, that kind of stuff. Make sure she's safe, and then I'll worry about the cosmetic stuff. So that's what I've been working on. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this first YouTube video. I don't know when I'll do another one, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool to do my first one, and J-RodTV. That is what you'll see there when you go to look. And again, go check out Summit, the lowering kit, the McGaughy's 33149. Also, I have a review there on Summit. You can actually look at this truck and see it before and after I lowered it. I put American race wheels on it, all those types of things, the torque thrust, and you know, Cooper Cobra tires on it, all that afterwards. But nonetheless, you see this truck and you see the stance, so you can get a better idea on it. I talk detail about installing that kit too. Also, the cam was the Melling MC-22136. And so again, MC-22136, overall duration 284, 310, lift is 470, 480 at 110 load separation. So made 360 horsepower with the Brodex heads, roller cam, and made 375 foot-pounds of torque. So it's pretty fun little ride. Nothing over the top, but a great cruiser. All right, thanks for watching. Tune in. Maybe I'll do another one in the days ahead.